Well, first of all, Ole Miss did a good job of attacking us, and I thought they took control of the game early in the first half. We got down by double figures, and even going in halftime, I thought that was a big period there with like a minute and one to go. We were down 8 with an opportunity to get a stop, and they end up scoring, I think, maybe 4 or 5 more points. And so now you got a mountain to climb coming back out. But that's no problem with us. And I thought we came out and we cut it to maybe 8 or 9, something like that there with the ball. And we had some turnovers that took place, and then I think that 5-point play where we got an intentional foul, and then they get the ball as well. And then so that lead that they had, all of a sudden it went back up. So we kept trying to battle uphill, and our guys they didn't stop. But again, in conference play, you got to bring it. And Ole Miss did something that I didn't think they would, especially here. We played so well here, but they came in and they stole one. So now we've got to figure out, how we can get back on track, and we got a big ball game coming up here on Thursday. So we didn't play our best. Our defense was really bad in the first half. They shot 75%. 75%. And it seemed like we were a step slow, and I don't think it was just a step slow. I think it also came down to toughness as well.
How do you think that was? Because you guys usually have so much energy here at home. I think we were a step slow.
Well, I don't know. Let me not say it. Maybe they executed a little bit better. I don't know. But we just seemed like we were just not on the same page defensively. There were some breakdowns defensively, and so maybe our guys got their little heads down a little bit. Normally our bench plays well. Our bench didn't play to give us the lift they normally give us. I think Bell came out and gave us some good minutes off there, but we needed a lot more tonight. And they made a lot of shots. They made a lot of shots, clock running down, and but that's what happens if you give a team an opportunity to come in and impose their will, and that's what they did. They started hitting bank shots when the shot clock running down. One of the things I was disappointed in that they only had 2 officials in a game of this magnitude. I think, and that's to me. So you had no rhythm to the game as well. We shot 30 some odd free throws. They shot 30 some odd free throws. So I was really disappointed in that. I just thought that it was not as good as called a game as it could have been, especially with a game of this magnitude, knowing that there's going to be some physicality taking place.
Has that ever happened? Have you ever had to coach a game with only 2 officials?
I think I have, but I never this magnitude. I think there's always been a situation where they've had an alternate. Somebody's there ready to step in. And
I guess the ref got hurt in pregame warm-up, so I mean.
What does that tell you? That's not a good sign, then, is it? Damn official get hurt in the warming up.
So you think maybe they should start having alternates at all the games?
I think you never know. I mean, some of these guys call a lot of games. They be going a lot of different places, and the games are so, the magnitude of the games. This is a big game for us. I'm sure it's a big game for Ole Miss as well. And so to not have the proper amount of officials that need to be called in a game of this magnitude, the atmosphere, I think it takes it away. It really does.
Do you think it hurts you guys in particular, being at home?
Say it again?
Do you think it hurts you guys in particular to only have 2 refs?
I didn't say that. I just thought it probably could have been called better.
You feel as far as some of them look like some of the Ole Miss shots you had them contested and they just hit. I mean, how much do you feel just was there good shooting as opposed to bad defense?
Well, I really thought they did some good things executing wise, especially right before the half, and and I just think if our defense is really is imposing our will on them, so to speak, then I think we're right there with them where they shoot those shots. And they made some tough shots. They did where we contested. So it wasn't like we weren't guarding them, but I thought we could have guarded them a little bit better, Nate. I really did. It seemed like they never were on their heels. They were always in attack mode. And so they did a good job of attacking. I think Summers did a good job of controlling the tempo, and it just seemed like they got every loose ball as we made a run back at them.
You never could get it to 1 or 2 possession game. I think the closest you got was a 9. How tough is that?
Was it? Well, that's we were battling uphill. and we never could get that stop. We never could get that bucket. It seemed like every time we had an opportunity to do that, it would be a rebound, loose ball rebound that they'd come up with. And I remember distinctly in the first half, there was a ball that we could have dove on and gotten, but in the second half, that they dove over and got. We were making a run, and they got it, and now they get another possession, and then they scored on it. And so it seemed like they always had that cushion.
You guys are 2-2. I know there's a lot of games left, but you probably didn't expect to be 2-2. Just kind of how do you feel about where you are?
Well, it is what it is. I mean, that's the nature of conference play. We got there's 4 games left. We got 14 more games left in conference play. So we got some work to do. Let me put it that way.
At the end of the game, I guess there's a lot being made about you not shaking Andy Kennedy's hand.
No, I shook Andy's hand. I did. I had my attention was averted on the official, but I did turn and shake Andy's hand. No, that's no big deal. Andy and I are really good friends. So no, he knows that. So no, that's no big deal at all. And his team played well. They played well.
Been there for all these games. Andy's 5-3 here now. That's a pretty incredible record for his league.
Well, his team tonight. His team played well. I don't know about all the rest of it. You know, I played him my first year here. Played him last year here, and of course they found a way to get a win. So we got another game with them this year. So we got to steal some games somewhere.